This is Alex with Utah Sustainable Gardening. In my last video I talked about the branch bark ridge, which is right here, and the collar. Now you'll notice these two limbs are roughly equal sized. That means since there's no really dominant limb, this tree has not given the natural protections that a branch needs. So there is no chemical storing here that's greater than any other wood to protect this when there's a cut. So when I make the cut here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut it as if there's an imaginary collar, and this is the limb I'm going to cut off. There's an imaginary collar there. That will not necessarily give a lot of protection to this tree, but I want to stay outside that branch bark ridge still, and that at least gives me a clean cut. And if by any chance there is some protective wood in there that I cannot see visually on the outside, I still will not violate that. So I'm keeping safe. I'm making a good cut that will wound over clearly and cleanly, and I'm not encouraging any undue damage to the tree. So this is also the same as if you were to come over to, say, this limb here, and if you needed to take off the main limb and take it back to one of these limbs, which wouldn't be preferable because these are really quite small for that, I would still have that imaginary zone where there's a pretend collar. And again, it's not really fully protective of the tree, but sometimes these other limbs do need to come out. And so you do the best you can and hope that the tree can compensate. But if you go ahead and do that to all the tree, that's a lot of compensation and you're not likely to get it. So again, even though there is no collar, respect the immune system, hope that some of it's still there, and respect your tree. If you respect your tree, you'll be able to have a productive tree and a good relationship with the tree. If you don't respect the tree, it's going to get sick and you're not going to get as much out of it. So this is Alex, and this is actually in American Fork, Utah, with Utah Sustainable Gardening, Manana.